Hey everyone, I hope you've been having a good week, enjoying the start of FIFA 22, and I've got to say, I've been enjoying it as well. I've been enjoying seeing a lot of different teams. We have not got everyone having the same team this year. We've had loads of submissions since the last video. I've picked 8 to go in this one. If you guys want to get involved, I'll talk more about that later towards the end. But I'm really looking forward to this. There's some nice teams, there's some creative links. You know I love a creative link. There's some perfect links, some 5-star skillers, everything that we love in this video, okay? And the next one is going to be a Foot Champ special because Foot Champ starts on Friday, and I want to hear like who you're going to use. So these are probably the teams that people are going to be using in qualifying, but obviously you know Foot Champs is going to be extra sweaty this year. So I'll be doing another one later in the week, telling you which ones I think will be good for Foot Champs and which ones aren't. But let's get into it and let's have a look at some teams. Right, so our first team of the day is coming from Billy, and he's got a lot of different leagues going on. I like that, you know, I like a hybrid, guys. We've got a perfect link straight off the bat as well, which is lovely to see. Usman Dembele in there. I don't think he's got 5-star skills anymore, but it's still a lovely card. But you know I love a 5-star skiller, right? We've got Coman and we've got Memphis. That is 2 5-star skillers straight off the bat. I love that. He's got Kappa in there as well. Kappa is a card that I love. Last year, I know he was in my 10k team, put a shadow on him. The guy's got 92 pace and 88 physical. He's absolutely unstoppable. Kimpembe! It didn't take long, did it? It didn't take long for him to turn up. Sergio Ramos, really underrated card. I said that in the last one. Donnarumma, obviously great goalie. Teo Hernandez, I'm surprised how many people have got him already, to be honest, but he's sick. Genuine Alden, I actually want to try it myself because I've got an untradeable Hakimi I need to link into a team, so I'll be trying him out. The only thing that lets it down a little bit is the chemistry. I think it's a really, really nice team. I do like it. I'm not sure how it plays in game. Is Memphis up front on his own in a 4-2-3-1? Are you playing 2 strikers like this? Whatever it is, it does work though, but it has to lose the mark for chemistry, but I really like the players as well as the link, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, Billy. I do like your team a lot. Moving on to the second one, we have got Braulio. I'm sorry if I say any names wrong. I probably will at some point. It's not, like, just let me know, okay? Let me know. Just message me on Instagram. Tell me how to pronounce it, okay? If I struggle. But we have got a single league team here, okay? You know that I like hybrids, I like strong links in there, so that isn't appealing to like the chemistry bit of me, but there are some good players in there. Both of his defenders really quick. Actually, all of his defenders really quick. Spinazzola I've heard bad things about though. People have said that he's not very good, especially as a defender, and he's like more of a midfielder. So Spinazzola, I haven't tried him myself. I've just noticed who's up front.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
Ignoring that guy, let's pretend he's not there. We've got Lorenzo Insigne. He's a really, really popular card. Chiesa just terrorises me every time I play against him, so I'm glad that I'm not playing against you, because that card really, really scares me. He always skills me, finesses it, whatever. It's a dangerous card, okay? We've got Kessié in there as well with Dybala. Lautaro Martinez I like as well. I can't really work out how this plays in game. I'm guessing it's like a 4-1-2-1-2 wide, something like that. I'm not too sure, but there isn't really a second CM in there. There's like a cam, so I'm guessing it has to be like 4-1-2-1-2 wide to work. Means KCA is getting through a lot of work. It means your wingers have to work back a lot, but if it works, I've said this before, I have no problem with you guys being really attacking. I don't mind some really, really attacking teams, but it's a one league team and it is a little bit attack heavy, so I'm going to give it a 6, and that is mainly because of the bloke that's up front. So next up we've got Chef Rat. I couldn't find his actual name, so I had to use his Instagram. We've got a very interesting team here. It's a 3-4-3, which is a really good formation this year. I know a lot of people like it. Where do we I don't even know where to start with this. Tell you what, we'll start at the back and work forward. De Gea, decent. Gomez, good. Azpilicueta, like, he's a bit slow, isn't he? And Kabak I've not seen this year. Like, literally haven't heard anything about him. I couldn't tell you if he's good or not. So I don't know anything about him. Adama off Chem and Pulisic, they're going to have to get back. And that's okay, especially with Adama because he's strong, but Pulisic maybe not doing a job as well. We have no kind of defending in the centre mid spots whatsoever. We've got Bruno and Kroos. Kroos on no Chem, he's just kind of there, like, it's like he's someone's little brother and he's been forced to play. He's like the manager's son and they've forced him to go in the team. Yeah, he's just kind of there really. He doesn't really fit the vibe, does he? Jota is okay up front. Kane, brilliant finisher. I've heard good things about Kane this year. And Riyad Mahrez, you know, we love a 5-star skiller. So I like the front three. I like Adama Traore. I think the midfield's a bit weak and the defence is a bit weak though. I think this could really do with some upgrades, so I'm going to give it... I'll give it a 4 out of 10, okay? But it can easily be improved. Next up, we've got Deshaun, and I really like the look of this team. He's got 5-star skillers, right? He's got St. Maximin and Depay, which I really, really like. You know I love a 5-star skiller. I've said it already. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it, okay? I like the way he's got quite a few leagues in here as well. I think he's got 3 leagues, which is good. I love a hybrid. Sarr is rapid. Marcelo St. Maximin, that's a brilliant front three. I've got to say, he's got Depay in there as well. Maybe let's play 4-4-2 in game. That would work well. Respect you for doing Camavinga. I did about 2 games. I couldn't be bothered. It was just too much for me. So massive respect for doing him. Sissoko looks really, really good. Dest, I like it when there's like a player who has a different position for their inform. So I like you using him. Kunda, Kimpembe, Hakimi. That's a brilliant defence. I love that defence. And Bruno in goal. I've said this before. Goldie doesn't really matter because they're all good. But I really like this team. The links are creative, okay? We've got a Watford strong link in there. We've got the Barcelona strong link. We've got PSG strong link, okay? No perfect links. If I miss a perfect link, just let me know. I'll be really embarrassed. But some really good strong links in there. I like this side a lot. I'm going to give it a 9. So next up, we have got Cameron. He sent his team in a few times before last year. It's good to have him back. And we've got kind of like a Premier League and Dutch hybrid here. There's some cards I really like in here. Some that I'm not a fan of as much. Areola in goal. Love him, of course. Plays for West Ham, so I'm going to, but love a bit of Areola. Varane, he doesn't annoy me as much this year, Varane, so that's okay. Wan-Bissaka, always really OP, really strong. Onyeka, love him. Ivan Toney as well, good player in real life, good player on FIFA. Quite tall, wins headers, does whatever you need from him. Foden, right, Foden's a bit of a weird one. I don't think Foden's that good this year. He's decent, but I don't think he's particularly good. Moving to the other side, and we do lose a bit of chemistry here, which means that we can't get a 10 out of 10. You automatically can't get a 10 out of 10 with no chem. But Malin, he's probably going to get that upgrade, so that is good. He's probably going up to like an 82 there. I really like Daniel Malin. I've used him in the past. Promise as well, he's in my 10k team. That video will be out tomorrow, hopefully. And then we got a perfect link, but it's not any perfect link. It's Gravenberch to the man himself. It's going down. I want to use Timber, actually. I really want to use him, so I might be linking him to mine now. So just let me know if that works for you, Cameron, because I really want to use that as well. But it's a decent team. Foden, I'm not really a fan of, so I wouldn't take a point off you just for using a player I don't use. But no chem. This one's like quite an average team. It's got some decent players in there. I think this one deserves a 7. So moving on, Jamie is sent in our next one here. And straight off the bat, a 5-star skiller. I've spotted him, Vinicius Jr. We love the 5-star skillers. Also, 5-star skills that have like 95, 96 pace, whatever it is. They're even better. Benzema in there as well. Again, love a finisher. I used to use Lewandowski all the time on FIFA 20. Them kind of cards, I really like them. Rafinha in there as well. He's now changed that. That is Jadon Sancho. I actually would have stuck with Rafinha. I've tried both in draft. I didn't like Sancho. I'd liked Rafinha a lot. So I actually wouldn't have changed that, but it's personal preference, you know. Sancho's a 5-star skiller, so how can I complain? Fred... but yeah, it's FIFA, so Fred's actually good, so I don't mind that. Endon Bailey and Allen, that is a really solid middle three. I'm guessing this plays like a 4-3-2-1 in game, something like that, or maybe even a flat 4-3-3, but it works well. I like Endon Bailey and Allen a lot. I think they're both really good. Robertson, he's not good on FIFA really, is he? Like, I would never use Robertson on FIFA. I'd even use just like a cheap left back who's got a lot of pace from the Premier League more than him, or even someone like a Luke Shaw. I would use a lot more than I would use a Robertson. I don't know why, but I just never thought he was that good on FIFA. Romero, I believe that's been changed as well. I think we've got a bit of like Joe Gomez or something in there now, which is sick. I love Joe Gomez in FIFA. He got a bit annoying last year from too many people using him, but he's a good card, you know. And at the back, we've got Eder Militao, Carvajal, and he's sorted out that chemistry. He would have lost marks for chemistry, but he's linked him to Courtois instead. He has changed that as well. Actually, I think this is going to have to go to VAR. Yeah, Gomez would be off chemistry, so that loses a point straight away, but I like the front three. I like it a lot. I would have given it an 8, but it's going to get a 7 because of missing chemistry. So we're moving on to another one. This one is actually a little bit embarrassing to me because I can't remember who sent it in at all. But we're going to review it anyway. If you sent this in, you'll know it's your team. So whoever this is, they at least know that it's their team, okay? I'll correct it in the next video. I'll correct it in the description if I find out whose it is. But we're going to start up front. We've got a bit of Romelu. We've got Bolingoli himself. There is so much shine coming off the screen that I can barely look at it at the moment. We've got Pulisic as well. I've used Pulisic. I would have told you that in the last one. He's really good. Adama Traore I've already covered. But he's in a bit more of an attacking role, which is where he belongs, really. So this is just proper pace up front with a big, strong man who I don't like playing against because he just bullies my defenders. In the middle, Endon Bailey and Sissoko, they're back there in a lot of teams, especially together. And then Bernardo Silva is being used a lot more now he's a cam, which I like to see. I think he's a good player, especially with his dribbling. He can get around players quite easily. He's a decent one to use, so I like that. I like the way we move into a different league as well. Even if you're using, it's a perfect link, right? And that's great. But Hernandez is not a good left back. He's not really quick enough. He should be a centre back. I mean, if you play a back 5 and then use him and then swap him with one of the centre-backs and play them full-back, maybe use him, but I wouldn't use him. I know he links to with Mencano, but I'd just avoid him, to be honest with you. You could use Roussillon there and you'd still be fine. So I'd definitely change that. I'd definitely get Roussillon in. We've got Manuel Neuer in goal. Can't go wrong with him. Rudiger, I've heard brilliant things about, and this is a card I really want to try out because everyone's gassing him up. We've got Reece James, who I don't think is particularly good on this game, judging by his stats, but he looks okay, you know, and he gets to chem, so can't really knock it. It's a good team overall. I like the way it changes to a different league. Not a fan of Fernandes though, but there are some good cards in there. I'll give this one, I know I've done it a lot today, but it's going to get a 7, which seems to be about the average. Right, so our last team of the day looks like it's been sent in by Marcelo Bielsa, because there's no defensive midfielders. There's no defending above the back 4, and even the back 4 aren't the most defensive players in the world. So yeah, it's actually been sent in by Taylor, but there's no defensive mids. He's changed his team since, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it because he sent it as one like them disappearing messages. But this is what it looked like then, so I'm going to have to review it like this. Should we start with the actual defenders? Yeah, Ederson, I like. Reece James again seems popular. Thiago Silva is actually usable this year. It's good to see people using him. Him getting early informs is just a given now, isn't it? And then we've got Bailey and Tellez. It's a decent defence. I don't really like Tellez that much, especially if you're in a full Premier League team, you don't need to use him. But the left-back options are a bit stinky. I'd probably go with Shaw just because he's better all round, but none of the left-backs are that good this year. Moving into midfield. Our most defensive midfielder here is probably Thiago. Yeah, we've got Bernardo Silva and Mason Mount joining him. They're not particularly good. Mason Mount is, I guess, an all-rounder, but there's not particularly much defensive there. And if people want to go attacking, I said it already, go attacking. But I think this might be a bit overboard. But we have got a 5-star skiller, though, so can't complain if it's a 5-star skiller. Pulisic, Adama, we've both covered them in a lot of detail already in literally the last team, and then Jesus up front is really OP. So I think this just needs a bit more defence. I mean, Taylor's probably changed that. He's probably brought in a Sissoko or an Endon Bailey or someone like that when he updated his team. I'd say maybe for Mason Mount. I know a lot of people like Thiago for his skills. I back that, okay. By the way, how many times have we seen Vieira today as well? But yeah, I do back people going attacking, as I said, especially if they can use skillful players. But this one's a hard one to give a rating. I might have to think about this for a minute. I think I'm going to give it a 6, because it is a little bit unbalanced and there is no hybrid kind of bit to it. I love a hybrid in a team. It's not your guys' fault if you don't use a hybrid. Maybe you just like Premier League players or whatever. But I do love a hybrid, you know. I love seeing them strong links and weak links. People still on 10 chem. It's brilliant to see. But yeah, I just think this team, it's not creative enough for a 10. It has to be creative to be like a 9 or a 10. So I'm going to give that one a 6. But of course, as always, easy to improve. So as I mentioned, that's the last team for this one, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, FUT Champs special coming really soon. I'm also going to be streaming my own qualification process for FUT Champs. I'm probably going to lag out, but I hope it goes really well. So stay tuned for that. It's probably going to be on Wednesday. Road to Glory starting really soon as well. Going to try and get that uploaded maybe Wednesday as well. I'm not sure yet, but there's loads of content incoming for you guys. Literally loads. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Send in your team down below. Send it to my Instagram at It's Kbo, my Twitter at Super Kbo, or my PSN, which is also Super Kbo. All links I'll try and put them in the description. But thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I will see you soon for another video. Goodbye.